Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode we started a new scenario, Nobody's Heroes. It's already proving to be fairly entertaining. We have a couple of quests that we can check out, one involving finding some goblins and dealing with them, but I'm going to take a look at these other paths first. Mainly, let's see what's up here. You encounter a sizable band of guards on this bridge. They look like legitimate soldiers from the area. Halt! Who goes there? Do you have authorization to cross this bridge? Tell them who you are. Never heard of you. You need authorization to pass this bridge. You don't have it. Go back to Pleasant Town. They move to block your path and prevent you from crossing. How rude. Alright then. This is the path leading out of this area. West of here is the Land of Oaks, and beyond that is the land owned by the Company of St. Francis. You still have much to do here. Your work is quite incomplete. But if you're tired of the abuse, you can leave. Would you like to leave here and travel on to the Land of the Oaks and then to the Land of St. Francis Company? No. It's possible that this is what they meant by the forest. Oh, I guess so. You enter a small grove of trees. Not too far in the distance, you can hear the flirtatious giggle of a young girl and the outlandish accent of a young man chasing her. Adventurers to the rescue! Or something. Looks like I need to go in the main way. Yeah, I don't have much of a choice, so... into this small grove! You approach this very attractive young girl dressed in nice clothing. She cannot be more than 17, and she bites her lip as she smiles at the boy, a year or two older, not far away in this grove. Her lips are extremely coy, and her eyelashes bat seductively as he watches her. Has this ruffian kidnapped you, young girl? Why, yes, no, I mean, what was I saying? She's not paying any attention to you at all. Like, not at all. You could be casting Arcane Summon and slaying your own minions for experience via multiple Fire Blasts, and she probably wouldn't even increase your crime level. Your family is worried about you. What? Oh, I'll go home soon, soonish, just as soon as I'm finished with this ruffian. I mean, as soon as he's finished with me. She winks at him in a decidedly non-maidenly manner. I'm taking you home. You have to come with me. You have the girl's attention for just a moment, long enough to stick her tongue out at you. She's not going to come willingly. The ruffian shouts another colorful remark at the girl as he chases after her. Villain! I demand that you release this maiden! He ignores you completely as he continues to chase the girl. Yeah, yeah, she's just out in the woods making out with her boyfriend. Or playing with her boyfriend. You know what I mean. So I guess that suggestion in the quest description was correct. And short of entering combat and just attacking them outright, which I'm not going to do because I'm not that stupid. Let's see if speaking with the innkeeper kind of reveals anything now that we've done that. I guess not. Oh well. Did that count as completing the quest? It didn't say anything. Alright, you know what? Let's move on. Let's head into these goblin caves. You enter the cave. The residents are unmistakable. It is dank, dark, and smelly. Definitely a goblin cave. Macrone's box should be in here somewhere. The third party member starts to protest that she hates goblins, but you quiet her down. You have no choice but to go inside. She does keep muttering to herself as you enter. That can't be good. I don't like this. I want to go home. You hear a faint scratching noise. Sounds like tunneling chitracks. You again hear the tunneling chitracks that you heard before. They are much closer now. Proceed with your hands on your weapons. As you enter the small opening, you can hear the chitracks emerging somewhere far away, attacking some other poor fools instead of you for a change. What a relief. Oh yeah, that is quite a relief. Goblins are scary. we still have not found any. Oop, didn't mean to do that. And poison. Oh, the poison's gone. Hold on. I think I may have missed a joke, so pardon me for a moment. Chitrack tunnels? Yeah, chitrack tunnels with a question mark. Apparently the answer is no, they are not. There's a lot of poison in this place. Smells funny this way. I hope we've saved. What? Nothing. Alright, let's save to be safe. Alright, in we go. By now, the third member of your party is near tears. Not seeing any goblins does not make it any easier for her to walk through goblin-infested caves. But then, suddenly, you hear noise behind you. You are suddenly surrounded by goblins. It's an ambush. I want to go home. Natalie is completely horrified. Before you can say anything, she starts screaming and running away. You may have to fight this battle without her. I think we can easily enough. The last goblin falls, and you try to calm your tear-soaked party member. After a while, she may come around now that the goblins are no more. And we have poor leather armor. Yay! Loot that we can sell. Okay. You hear shouting and blasts of fire on the other side of the store. Something must be going on in there. Hold on a moment. On the other side of the store, you see a battle. Ready for glory, you begin to charge into the midst of it, intending to defeat the villains and conquer all that stands in your path. Then you look around and notice who's fighting the battle. It's the same 6 adventurers you met in the inn in Pleasant Town. The ones who asked just look, name, and job and walked away. They have grown dramatically in power since you last saw them, and they don't look as though they need help. The fact they're not killing them in one shot is impressive. Fireball! Shockwave! No, Theodoric! We don't want to hurt any innocent civilians. You could swear that he looked at you as he said this. Goblin's last words. It too, Brute? Wait, I never told you. Oh, I am slain. The horror, the horror. Oh, right. Firestorm! I gained a level. Me too. Freeloader. Hey, I softened them up for you. Hush, both of you. Ice Bolt. Damon. Everyone pauses for a second. No one moves at all. Several people look at the warrior in the middle of the room. Janek, a new turn started. It's your move. Oops, sorry. Kill! Flame! With the battle won, the adventurers head over to the next room with hardly a glance back at you. You hear a shout of, "We got it! The artifact is ours!" And then the footsteps grow farther and farther away. You hope their artifact wasn't Macron's box. That would be decidedly inconvenient. Was anyone else impressed by how they killed that rogue wizard? Rogue wizard. That's what I said, rogue wizard. But it's spelled... Never mind. They know Shockwave already? Jefferson lives! I have no idea what that's a reference to, but okay. Alright. And we have swords, so... I mean, I guess they have use. Okay. Nothing in there but a pot. Judging from the scrapes and blast marks, something sharp and important and probably magical was here before you arrived. It's gone now, though. Hopefully this wasn't Macron's box. That might still be nearby. Aha! There's a secret passage here. You didn't notice it from the other side, but you can slip through now. Here, in this thick, mushy filth, you find a small gold-colored box. It has a telltale emblem of a quill on it. It must be Macron's box. You pick it up and examine it. There's no evidence of its contents. You shake it, but it makes no sound. You have no idea what is in it. What do? Take it. You pocket the box. Time to take it back to Macron and collect your reward. Heap of junk, not so very secret passage. What it looks like. Okay then. Well, mission accomplished. Let's get out of here. Natalie, you can calm down now. Alright. Macron jots another note as he waits for your next question. We have your box. Really? Hand it over. You give it to him and he hands you your monetary compensation. He pulls out a key and moves it toward the lock, only to notice that the box's lid opens easily to the touch. It is already unlocked. Unlocked and empty. Macron starts suddenly at the sight. But how? Someone stole my orb? He turns back to you. This box is empty. It once contained my most valuable possession, the orb of communication, by which I relay my news back to the central publishing agency. But the orb has been stolen. Goblins would not be smart enough to know of its value. I cannot think who would take it. But I know who you should speak to. Who should we speak to? Dan. He lives north in Dan's village. Tell the guards at the bridge that I sent you to speak with him, and they will let you pass. Dan will know what to do. I have full confidence that he will give you good advice about how to win back my orb and gain glory in the process. Or something. Alright then. We'll head to Dan. Do we still have that other quest? Yeah, still need to try and figure this out. I have a feeling what it expects us to do is try and kill that ruffian. So I'm going to save before trying to do that, just to see what happens. I will catch you. Alright, let me save. Alright, let's try it this way. You have been marked as a criminal. Hey now, they's no playin', they gonna kill us. The girl screams and he picks her up and carries her away faster than you can chase him into the underbrush. You have failed to make them return home, but maybe you shouldn't have bothered to try anyway. This quest cannot be finished. Sucks for you. And it said we've been marked as a criminal. Oh, yay. So does that mean if we go into town, people will try and kill us? Or perhaps not. Alright, let's move on. Still have some time, so... tell them Macron sent you. Macron sent you to speak with Dan? Oh, you can pass. They conclude, and they step out of your way. Huzzah! Ooh. Archmage Castle. Woo, fancy. East Bay. Pleasant Hill. So it is. And that's Dan's village. Sorta near Dan's village. I do like these descriptions. I now see what he meant. Alright. Yeah, let's go in. Alright, begin the exploration as I do in every single situation. I'll investigate those things in a bit. First things first, explore everywhere! As you approach the town center, you are greeted with a shock. There's a ruby skeleton standing next to a poison fungus in the middle of town. You draw your weapons to defend the town square. Then you notice that everything else looks perfectly calm and treats this as if it is nothing surprising. Looking closer, you see that the ruby skeleton and poison fungus are selling things, just like everyone else. Huh. Huh, indeed. I am very curious about why the reason of that is. Also, there appears to be like a hedge area over there. Curious. And then we'll talk about that shortly. As you approach this man to talk to him, he salutes you crisply with his sword. Mott's Armory, home of the finest steel in the East Bay. He isn't just boasting. The weapons around are good. Really good. And probably really expensive. Tell me about yourself. Not a man of talk myself, Mott replies. Also not a man of subject pronouns, apparently. Work on blades, so don't have to talk much. Fire, steel, blades tell the story for me. Show me your blades. Yeah, they are expensive, but we can sell these daggers for a pittance. And this 4 leather armor. Also, I just realized we have a helmet. Sure. So, yay! We have some more loot. Coin, whatever. Sarah, Elizabeth, and Zena's Diner. Not a brothel. Okay then. As you enter this room, a rush of warm air blows on you. The smell is delicious. Mixed herbs and spices, together with fresh fruit and vegetables, and some sizzling meat, all blend together into the smell of a feast. 3 young ladies rush around inside, serving steaming plates of food to several men seated at the large table in the center of the room. Everything about this establishment seems on the up and up. How nice. Okay, though they won't speak. This woman, when you address her, defers any and all questions to Elizabeth, though she smiles at you, touches your shoulder, and winks. Same thing there. Talk to her. As you approach, this woman smiles at you. Hi, I'm Elizabeth. Liz. Call me Liz. What can I do for you? She looks a little older than the other 2 women and is clearly in charge. Can we have some food? Liz smiles broadly. Hey, since you're newcomers and all the food's on the house. She hands you a warm plate of everything good to eat that you can imagine, smelling as delicious as anything you've ever tasted. How kind of her. You eat it slowly, savoring every bite, and eventually hand the plate back to her when you're done. This is a great restaurant. What's your story? What's its story? No story, really. I just have always been a good cook, and my 2 friends, Sarah and Zena, like to cook too, so we got together and took this place over. It used to be an old, beat-up, inn of ill repute, a real eyesore for the town. The girls and I cleaned it right up, and instead of housing sketchy traveling folks who looked real bad for the town, it's now a nice, pretty diner. That's a lovely story. There isn't any more to it than that? No! I mean, no, there's no more. This place is exactly what it looks like. A restaurant with delicious food and pretty girls serving No, never mind about that. Good food, that's all. She looks at you sideways. You don't have any reason to believe that this restaurant is anything else, right? No. Huh? Good. Is this place a brothel? No. This is a legitimate restaurant run by 3 independent, strong women who are great cooks. Unless you're interested in... No, you're not. She dismisses whatever thought she was having. It must not have been important. Probably a brothel. Really. In this back room, there is nothing but a small, but rather comfy-looking couch. The room smells faintly of sweat and something else that you can't place, even though it looks freshly scrubbed. Curious. What's this couch doing back here? Probably a brothel. Really. Alright. Useless shops. The initial shock of seeing a ruby skeleton standing in the middle of town square hawking goods passed, you approach the storekeeper. He introduces himself in a deep, spectral, heavily accented voice as, Bones. He nods to the poisonous fungus next to him, which he calls Chuck. He claims that it is his business partner. May I see your wares? A ruby and a jeweled ring. Okay. Bones sells very expensive rubies and jeweled rings. Of course. How useful. When you are finished, Bones strikes up a very one-sided conversation with Chuck the fungus. So, you're a ruby skeleton.
And you're a gaping gawk-eyed git. What's your point?
I just don't see many ruby skeletons, in public places.
What are you insinuating? That us rubies are best kept locked away in dungeons and pits wherein you can come and then slaughter us all like we weren't real beings with feelings like the rest of all you? That's prejudice, you dribbling scab!
He glances over at the poison fungus Chuck, which has, as far as you can tell, which is not very far, turned to him reproachfully.
Ah, you're right, Chuck. It's not such to get worked up over.
Chuck is your business partner.
And a damn fine one at that. Me and Chuck have sold together for years.
He doesn't say much, does he? Bones bellows a deep spectral laugh. It's unnerving.
Chuck talks enough. You just need to know how to listen.
Why is that table next to you empty?
It's not empty. That's John. He's hard to see, John is, but if you look closely, you can see him. He's a black shade. Sells invisible items.
This is hard to believe. There's a black shade manning the table to Bones' right. He's completely invisible. Yep, he's there. You approach this poisonous fungus, which the ruby skeleton standing nearby introduces as Chuck. Chuck's spore tentacles slowly pulsate and swivel as you watch, squishing and squirting pus as it sits. Or stands, you can't really tell. So, what's it like being a fungus? You're neither plant nor animal. Chuck just stares at you. Well, it doesn't actually have eyes, so he can't stare, but his mushroom cap remains slightly inclined towards you, giving the impression that he's looking at you, and his spore tentacles are pointing in your direction. He doesn't say anything, but Bones laughs.
That's right, Chuck, you tell him.
Let's do business. Chuck sells very expensive toadstools. Of course. How useful. When you are finished shopping, Chuck's spore tentacles slowly retract. If you had been hungry before, you have long since stopped being so. This woman has out a teacup and a teapot. The teapot appears to be full of tea, fresh black tea by the smell of it. She smiles at you as you approach and pours a little into the teacup. Hi there, travelers. Would you like some tea? What do you sell? I sell lovely handmade tea sets, she replies, pointing to the teapot and teacup that you can see. Are you sure that you don't have anything more useful to adventurers? She smiles warmly, sipping some of her tea. Absolutely certain. Some people not only don't go around killing things for a living, but also don't sell things to people who go around killing things for a living. Her smile is a little unkind at the moment. Let me see what you've got for sale. This merchant sells teacups and teapots. How useful. I'd like a cup of tea. Sure, she says, pulling out another teacup, filling it with steaming black tea and handing it to you. You sip it gently. It is warm, soothing, and delicious. This man is playing chess with himself, amidst the variety of other games in front of him. As you approach, he makes a move and says to himself, Ha! Bet you didn't see that coming. What do you sell?
I sell the finest board games in the land. I have chess, checkers, backgammon, and everything else there is.
Don't you sell anything that would be useful to adventurers?
Oh, yes, of course,
he says, reaching down under the table. You are elated for a moment as he pulls out a handful of small metal objects. Your elation rapidly dissipates, however.
I have here cute little pewter figurines for adventurers of all ages,
he says, holding out a shiny piece that looks like a cross between an owl and a bear. You sigh. Hey! Don't diss those. I got two of them of my own, right here. Got them ages ago. One's a little warrior with a sword and a dagger, and the other is like a Greco-Roman warrior. Huh. I'd like to see your wares. This merchant sells board games. How useful. When you're finished shopping, he suddenly makes a move on the checkerboard. He triumphantly raises a fist and declares, King me! You oblige. You approach a very small woman clad entirely in red. She is at least a head shorter than most women. She appears to be in her mid-30s, and she has very prominent cheekbones and a rather pointed nose. I'm Mary, she says, smiling sweetly, though there is something a little off about her expression, and you can't quite place what it is. Her voice is just slightly shrill. What do you sell? I sell the finest quality used adventuring equipment in all the land, Mary exclaims, her voice rather more shrill than usual now. All items sold as is, no returns, she quickly adds. She is not exactly inspiring confidence. I buy, too. Let's do business. Mary buys and sells used adventuring equipment. It appears that adventurers only go to her when their equipment falls on hard times, though. Cursed stuff. When you are finished, Mary laughs at just a high enough pitch to give you shivers. You approach this cloaked figure, who is garbed in all the trappings of a powerful magic user. The rest of the shops appear useless, but surely this great mage can assist you in developing your considerable magical talents. The mysterious scent of incense wafts up from the table, and the shopkeeper says one word. Ravenheart. This, evidently, is the great wizard's name. How exciting! What do you sell? To thee? Ravenheart replies superstitiously. Incense! Thou art not worthy of the greater secrets of the mystic arts. Wouldst thou be inclined to purchase some? Incense? Can you sell spells or something useful? Nay, Ravenheart replies. Thy frail heart is too weak to control the awesome powers of arcane wizardry. He frowns deeply, but not at you, just sort of in your general direction. He's too proud to meet your eyes, apparently. Oh, come on, please. I cannot. My mystic order has forbid me to give our mysteries into the hands of outsiders. He still does not even look at you as he speaks. Which mystic order is that? It is the great, order of the, weasel of Gale. He continues to avoid your gaze, and he is speaking very quietly now, as if trying not to be heard. The Order of the Weasel of Gale? Hush, okay? Okay, fine, you caught me. There is no Order of the Weasel of Gale. I can't sell you any magic because I don't know any. I'm just a believer in the power of nature and peace in the earth. And I sell incense because it gets chicks. So does a wizard routine. Ah, my lady, divest myself of that dress, and I shall show you the power of my magic wand. Before he continues, you sigh and look away. He shuts up. Ravenheart sells very expensive incense, of course. How useful. And this one is, I guess, abandoned. Okay then. Well, there's still this room here. Ah, that's Dan. Alright, we'll investigate there in a bit. First, what's in here? Is this just a park or something? Looks like it might just be a park or something. Oh, there's actually a way out in the back. Fascinating. Oh, there's someone back here. You approach this filthy, mud-covered man who eyes you uncomfortably. He is covered in dirt and grime, and his armor is tarnished. He has a large scar across his left cheek. What's your name? What's it to you? The dirty man retorts in an unfriendly manner. I don't want to talk to you. I am too full of ill-disguised rage to speak to you willingly. I am known sometimes as Narayan the awkwardly self-aware. Oh, that's a name, I guess. Also, I notice there isn't really any sound around here. Probably something to work on. Okay. Well, that's everything there. So all that leaves is Dan, and honestly, this episode's gone on long enough. I think we'll speak with Dan in the next episode. And this has been entertaining still. Actually, was there a description for this area? Doesn't look like there was. Alright, fine. Well then, next episode we'll speak with this Dan and learn what we're to do next. Till then, I'm Chester44, that is Chester, Goroth, Natalie, and Lauren. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.